Hey everyone, I'm Josh, and in this video I want to talk to you about how you shouldn't feel anxious when dating people. Now, before I begin, I need to throw in a very important caveat here, so please listen carefully, and that is, this holds true if you don't suffer from generalized anxiety disorder or any kind of anxiety that is prevalent that you deal with day after day after day. If you're not an anxious person, then this video will apply to you. If you are anxious, unfortunately, what I'm about to share may not be all that helpful. But anyway, let's dive into it here. So the logic behind why you shouldn't feel anxious when dating other people is because you normally won't feel that way when you're dating people who are actually healthy for you, people who are good for you, people who may be good matches for you. Because so often when we feel anxious when we're dating someone, it usually is because there's some underlying issues here. Things like them not being a great communicator, so we're wondering where the heck we stand, and they're not telling us where we stand with them, so everything's up in the air, and that can make us become a bit anxious because you're thinking, okay, do they like me? Do they want to keep seeing me? What's going on here? Why do they take so long to respond to me? Things like that. So if someone is making you feel anxious, that usually isn't a good sign, because people who are good for you, they're going to be communicating enough to avoid any kind of anxiety like that. You're going to know where you stand with them. Like, take me for instance, when I'm dating women, I let them know what I think of them. And I usually say it pretty often because dating is such a fun experience. Like, how can you not be authentic when you're seeing someone that you're really interested in? Like, it makes me be so honest that I couldn't hide anything from her, nor would I really want to. So she immediately knows where I stand with her. The only unfortunate thing being when she doesn't reciprocate that, because unfortunately it is kind of difficult to find people who have that level of maturity and that kind of confidence to be courageously real and vulnerable with you. So rather often you probably will find, if you work on yourself, that it's tough to find other people who will communicate with you openly and honestly. But it's something worth finding. Like, I would say you should spend a lot of time trying to find people like this. I wouldn't even really say you should spend any time on people who don't meet that criteria of honest communication, if you're going for something long term, which hopefully you are. Like, usually that is the best route to go when you're dating. You want to find someone who can be a great life partner for you. Short-term stuff is probably only beneficial when you're in the headspace for it, but even then it can mess you up long term if you don't go about it carefully. So yeah, long-term dating is usually the name of the game. And if that's your goal, make sure you find people who do not make you feel anxious like that. But remember, this only holds true for people who don't suffer from anxiety. So if you aren't an anxious person in general and you're dating someone who makes you feel anxious, pay attention to that, because that's incredibly important. Someone who's good for you just naturally won't really make you feel anxious in any way, shape, or form, really, because they're going to be communicating. When you're with them, you're going to feel comfortable and safe because they're going to have the right qualities to make you feel that way, and so on and so forth. So this is just something that I've learned while dating. It's something I've seen other people talk about as well. I've talked about a lot of my friends about this because we're trying to find women who don't make us feel anxious like that, because oh God, just so many of the times when I was dating back in Los Angeles, there'd be women who just weren't great communicators, who wouldn't be fully honest with me. So there'd be times where I would start to feel somewhat anxious, and I noticed that. And after a while, I stopped pursuing the women who made me feel like that. But unfortunately, back in Los Angeles, there were a lot of women like that. It's just, I don't know, that's the whole reason why I ran away from big cities and why I tend to kind of generalize people who live in them, because I know not everyone is that way, but there are enough people who are that way that it made me start realizing that there are probably certain trends with people who live in big cities, so hence the generalization. But yeah, there are definitely going to be outliers, and those are the people you should be spending your time on. People who actually are honest, authentic, and vulnerable and real with you. That's what you should be paying attention to. And the people like that just naturally won't make you feel anxious. Again, if you aren't an anxious person. So there you go. That's my whole rationale here. I hope that you understand what I'm driving at. I hope this resonates with you. And definitely let me know in the comments below whether or not you've experienced this yourself, whether or not this makes sense to you. Because yeah, this topic was literally born from some conversations I've had with some of my friends about dating and just the chaos that they're still experiencing back in LA. Meanwhile, I'm over here in Colorado like, yeah, I'm hoping I escaped that, but I haven't quite put myself out there just yet to be able to verify that. But hopefully soon enough, my life will be at a place where I'll be able to do just that and see how things are out here. So I can finally test my theories on people from big cities versus small towns and how different they are when it comes to dating. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys in this video. I truly hope you enjoyed it. And if so, feel free to leave a like on it for the algorithm. Definitely let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like I said earlier, if you would be interested in one-on-one coaching with me, that's something I have available at my website, linked below. And I will go over any sort of topic with you, from mindset to confidence, all the way down to dating even. So if any of those things are something you want to work on, feel free to reach out to me and we can go from there. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Arrivederci!